Hi, I'm Catherine
And I'm Lynn, and we are a coffee break.
with Cat and Mom. Welcome back to our podcast. Today's episode 33, and we have a big birthday here. It is her 50th birthday, but she looks like she's 30.
Sure.
So
I
We don't really have to say the
identify as
number.
a 39. Is that what I'm supposed to say?
39-year-old, yeah.
39-year-old.
But so this episode is going to be just girl talk and reflecting on 50. So I have some questions for her, and then some questions that we'll both answer. But it is extremely hot. We're outside on our patio because we're at the new place. If you've watched
It's our new house.
yeah,
It's
if
our
you
new
watch,
place, our new house.
if you watch our past episodes, we have always been at our condo, which still isn't sold, so go buy it. But now we're on the patio and it's extremely hot, so I'm already sweating. So if you see me, like, by the end of this episode, my hair is going to be wet. Anyway.
I have some cushions here today. We went shopping, your grandma and I,
You
my
find
mom
any
and I.
cute cushions?
We ended up buying the bar stools and some bar carts and this and this. And next thing you know, there was like absolutely no more space in the car. So here we are with no cushions, but by next week we should have one.
And then we always do our weekend review. She got to go to Cabo, so she can talk about that.
Just came back from Cabo. That was a trip that was planned a year ago, knowing of my big birthday. And so I left, and she was on it too, because we have a friend that told us that she couldn't come. It was supposed to be 3 or 4 girlfriends going together. That we celebrate all of our 50th birthday. I'm the youngest one, so all of the 50th birthday together. And one was out of the country for business in Asia, I think that's where she was. But and then the other one's like, oh, I can't make it, blah, blah, blah. And I was very upset with her. And I was just like, fine. So she's like, well, I'm going to come and see you in Fort Lauderdale. So she came, 2-3 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
And we saw her for 2 nights, 2 dinners and stuff, which was fine. And then she played along that she was not coming. They knew that she was coming. And we all landed in Cabo. And little did we know, if you guys have been to Cabo before, the airport, you land and you walk out and there's bars. There's tiki bars everywhere. It's like, I think, which is very well thought, because most people oh, we're going to go and meet, we're going to go on vacation. That doesn't mean you fly from the same town.
Yeah.
So you just all kind of end up at different time and people wait and they charge like $10-20 for a beer. I mean, it's kind of stupid, but still. So I was the last one to come out. I walked to the table to see my friend Angie. And she had finished her drink because she had been there for an hour. And she's like, oh, she's like, are you ready? And then she hugged me, so happy birthday, blah, blah. She's like, she's like, somebody special bought you a drink. And I was like, and you drank it? Because it was empty.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, dumbass. She's like, somebody bought you a special beer. And I said, okay, where? And then I turned around and our friend Jody was behind me.
To surprise her.
Yeah. And you talked about it in the morning.
Yeah, it's like she's not. I was like, yeah, you're like, unless she surprises me. I'm like, no, she's not.
It's not even her style to surprise. Like, this is really not her. And so, she
was really surprised. And then also she got to go to a pool bar. Like, the bar is, you swim up to it.
Yeah. Well, apparently a lot of people, I mean, I think I was the only one that had never done that. So I thought it was really cool. There were some games so where they live in Cabo San Luca is where they live, where they have their condo. It's like a private, oh my gosh, it's like, thousands and millions of whatever acres. Anyway, and they have different little communities, and it's all private and gated, and you can use all the pools in your own community, but they have also resorts, and you can use, if you're an owner, you can go and use those. So we went there, and that's a lot of fun. We saw like 3 or 4 weddings. We went to 5 different pools. And because it was, part of the weekend, they had some games, for the people at the pool. So that, music trivia in which, I represented Florida and we took second place and we were only 3. So that was pretty cool. But no, it was very relaxing. I was trying to not think about anything and I just slept and
I wanted to be there.
I know. What was so funny is up until we got to the airport, and because her and her boyfriend Bryce drove me, the whole time she's like, is there a secret packed suitcase in the car for me? And she just like waited. I said, so I gave her a hug. She's like, oh, so there's no
passport? Where's my passport?
It's like,
we buying the clothes there.
So Bryce was like, did you bring me with you so that just in case, like she took you on vacation? She's like, yeah, she did.
Whatever.
So I said next time. So so that was my weekend review. It was a lot of fun. I haven't been on vacation with my friends like that, like ever.
Yeah.
So that was my first time at 50. Why not?
And then I literally just trained because I'm training for an Ironman. So that was my week. Just
It's going to be
training.
your week till November 1st.
Yeah.
That will be the excitement of your week. No, we're going to Nashville for your 21st birthday. So
that's going to be a podcast episode is Nashville. But now we will move on to our coffee review because every episode we review a coffee shop to promote small businesses. And this week we went to Gilbert's Coffee here in Stewart where we live. And it was amazing. It was like right on the docks. And it was very like coastal vibes. It felt like you were like in the Outer Banks, North Carolina on the coast. Everybody was like dressed well. Just like there's seating all outside by the docks. And we both got the raspberry matcha. And it was amazing. Like definitely top matchas for sure. And all the workers, you know, like when you see a barista with like just like a cool outfit, tatted up, a nose piercing, her hair is like in a grungy braid, you just know your coffee's gonna be so good. And everybody behind the counter is like doesn't match the coastal vibe really. It's just like the tatted up people and they look cool. And I'm like, yeah, my coffee's gonna be so fire. So go check out Gilbert's Coffee because the whole vibe, like I think that is my favorite coffee shop, like vibe wise, and just like how it just I don't know, takes you to like the Outer Banks. I love it.
She's taking me there tomorrow morning after her 5 million hours of running from my birthday. So we'll go the whole family and then you're taking me to the market.
Here in Stewart.
Yes, to the market.
So if you guys are in Stewart or near Stewart, go check out Gilbert's Coffee. I think there's a restaurant also next to it. So we'll have to check out the restaurant, but the coffee shop is definitely one that I'll keep going to. I love it so much. So go check it out. Oh, and then also it's like very like sailing theme. So inside there's like, what
like
is
Outer
it?
Bank feels.
Yeah. Outer Banks. And now we will dive into our topic. Before we get into the reflecting on 50, we'll just open up with some girl talk questions. So.
Well, wait, you talked to me about something this week. It's like, we got to talk about this guy.
Oh, so thank you for reminding me. If you listen to 2 episodes ago, our topic was alpha male podcasters, Karens, and just like people that piss us off. And there's this gym influencer who's I don't know really if he's very big in the gym community, and he's an inspiration to a lot of guys. His name's Greg Doucette. I loved listening to him until this one podcast episode when this guy said. Greg Doucette said, women don't ask a woman for her opinion. They don't know what they want. They want a guy between 10 to 15% body fat. So what happened was this girl was saying that she wanted a guy with like a dad bod. And he was like, well, what does a dad bod look like? And she was like you have a dad bod. And I think she said that on purpose to like, yeah, because he's like huge in the fitness world. And he's like she doesn't know what she's talking about. Like I'm like she's clearly strategically said that to piss you off and bring your like ego down. So he's getting mad and he's like, women don't know what they want. Women don't ever know what they want. They don't know what they're thinking. Like don't ask them for their opinion. Just going on and on. And then this guy's like, no. And then they're like, I want a guy who makes 500,000 or $1 million a year. And it's like listen. But it's okay when guys say they want a girl with like big tits and a big butt. But it's not okay for girls to have like their own liking. And no, not every girl wants a guy with 10 to 15% body fat. Some like women want a tall man with a dad bod because they'll feel more protected around a man who's bigger.
Listen,
or they're just attracted to that.
I like to work out, so I want somebody that would come with me at the gym and like to work out, eat healthy. I mean, not saying that I don't want my butter or whatever, but like just want to say like that you don't need to be at 10 or 15% body fat. No. I mean, if you are, okay, I'm not going to complain, but I also.
It's like everybody has their different preferences too. Like girls do know what they want and they want you to shut the fuck up. Like
we do have a t-shirt that says that.
Yes.
I support
a man's right to shut the fuck up. Like women do know what they want, and it's for a man to treat them right. And
make them feel secure.
That it goes over a 10 to 15% body fat. I promise you, in the bar, a woman's not going to come up to you and be all over you because you have a 12% body fat. No, gonna go up to you if they feel safe around you. If you look like you take care of yourself, and you're just a respectable man. And if they have a type, then they have a type, and that's what they want, and that's not a problem.
But that doesn't mean that every woman want that. I mean, superficial women probably, because I think this man saying this is very superficial.
Yeah. So Greg, stick to your fucking steroids and maybe stay out of the women conversation because you really screwed yourself over with that one.
Oh, I bet he got some very nasty comments.
I don't know. He's so loved, and that's what made me mad is because he was saying a lot of good stuff, but then he just went on that like rampage for no reason. It was like, what are you even trying to say? Like people like this
rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's like it's so easy for them to just talk about women like that. And but men can say I want a girl with like big tits.
Well, like
a blonde with big tits.
A woman would say, "Well, I don't want a man with a small penis."
Yeah, so
there you go.
Yeah.
I don't care your body fat. If you have a small penis, that's a problem. There you go.
Or erectile dysfunction, Greg on the roids. So that's another thing.
Here she goes.
Anyway, moving on. Now to the girl talk. So Greg, leave this episode now. I'm kidding. He's definitely not watching this.
That would be our like luck that he's watching this little moment.
Yeah.
And be like, those girls are dumb.
Whatever.
We're not very intelligent people.
We'll open up with a little memory of us. What's the most ridiculous thing we've done together that still makes you laugh?
So many things. What? I don't know. I can't pinpoint one. You should have asked me those earlier.
I can think of one, and it's when your calf started like.
Oh my God, that was not a long time. That was like what, a couple months ago.
Yeah, her calf started cramping.
Where were we? We were
at a hotel room. That doesn't matter where we were. We were in a hotel room. Her calf was cramping really bad, and
it woke me up
in the middle of the night. She's like, "Ow, ow, 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 ow," and I was like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And
I'm in Jacksonville.
I'm literally like waking out of like REM sleep. And
I was saying, ow, it's like a Charlie horse. That's what we called it.
Mm-hmm.
But worse than that. And my calf was like literally like flat, square, elevated, whatever. And it just grabbed me and I freaked out. I thought, well, first I was like, I'm having like embolism. It's going to dislodge and come and kill me, right? But I could not stop screaming, ow. There was an ow, ow, ow. And I don't know what you said first. And I said, what? Because what I heard didn't make sense. And then she said it again. And I was like, okay, then. Still don't think it makes sense. And I heard, put your thumbs up.
Yeah, I was like to help. She thought I said, put your thumb up. Put your thumb up. So I just look over and she's like this. I just see the outline of her body because like it's dark in the room. And I'm like, what the fuck is she doing, dude?
My leg is up. My thumb is up.
Yeah.
And she's like, Mom, my thumb is up.
I know. And I was like, I'm going back to bed. Like, I feel like she's sleepwalking or something. But that's one I can think of on the spot. I'm sure, like,
there's so many
the
things.
one time that we went to Disney Springs, us two, I mean, that was a lot of fun. When we went to the T-Rex place and, like,
oh my gosh, yes.
got a little tipsy off the T-Rex drinks.
Yes, that was funny, too. And we were just, like, doing this when they were screaming, like, the T-Rex. But some funny thing, I mean, it was more you, but I remember this funny things and when we were kind of scaring you that it was going to be a tornado.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, we were on a tornado.
Oh, my gosh.
Watch, warning, whatever it is. I can't remember. And it's watch, warning. That means it's landed. And she just went upstairs, switched her pajama to the biggest T-shirt she owned. And I went back upstairs to, before I went to bed. Even now, I still go and check on my kids, and even though they're adults. And I just saw her and I was like, what is this? And she was like this, like, their T-shirt was here. And she had felt
I was like 12 too, by the way, guys.
You were that old? Oh
no, okay, maybe I was 10. Because 12 would be embarrassing.
She had put all of her favorite stuffed animals in her T-shirt and tuck it out tight inside of like her pajama bottom. And she was sleeping like this with all of her pajamas. So we went and filmed her.
Just in case we had to run downstairs, I could save all my stuffed animals.
So that was kind of funny.
I'm sure there's a lot more. Maybe we'll have to do an episode of just...
Yeah, no, I have another one because we have a picture of that. We have two pictures of you in Disney in roller coasters.
Oh my gosh.
And the best one is when we did the
Tower of Terror.
Tower of Terror. I think we pretty much all peed ourselves laughing because we all saw the picture. Mind you, it is scary. Your oldest sister is laughing in the picture like this. I'm screaming, holding on to my hat, and this is her. I need to put my thing down. We had the cage right here. She's on the cage. She's holding on to the cage and screaming.
No, I was screaming, mouth wide open. Every single picture Disney has ever taken of me has been atrocious on these roller coasters.
Like, she's holding on for dear life in every single picture, every single one of them. But there's so many other ones I'm gonna like, probably in hotel rooms or
we'll have to
travel.
We'll have to make a podcast episode of just like mother-daughter memories, stuff like that.
In the car. Well, there's one that's very inappropriate, and I think is the one that's going to last us forever. It's the one that I'm doing this with the jacket.
Oh well, yeah. That's from what Bad Moms when she's
Bad Moms when she's explaining how that if you were not circumcised, it's very important. Please go watch that movie.
She's like showing her friend how to like pull the hood back.
And she had a hoodie.
And she was like,
and then you do this, and then she's doing this with the hood. I mean, it was.
And then so whenever we have a hood on and we do this,
and we just turn around and the hoodie stays that way. And I did it. It's so inappropriate, right? I'm her mom, and she's like not even. How old were you? You were not 20, 18. Hopefully you were 18. Jesus. But anyways,
we're in a hotel room and you just.
No, we're in the car. I think it happened in the car, and I did this, and the hoodie of my winter coat stayed, and I just turned around my head like this and halfway, and we lost it. It was very dangerous for me to drive because I cried. I was laughing. I couldn't stop. So
every time we did that.
And now every time I just turn around and I do this, and that comes up.
The next one is describe your dream girls trip. Where are we going? What are we drinking? And who's invited? Where are we going? Italy.
Yeah. Like anywhere in Europe.
What are we drinking? An Aperol Spritz.
And red wine.
And who's invited?
Any wine there.
Who's invited?
Well, you and, Amelia, when she's older. Let's say she would be an adult. Then she would come. But you and your sister, for sure. My niece and Angie. Mm-hmm. I would have these people for sure. I mean, would love to have my mom and a couple of my aunts, my Aunt Janine. And
I'd bring my best friend, Malia.
Mm-hmm.
And my boyfriend. And then obviously everybody you just named.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, Sue could come too. She would have fun because she loves wine. But, I mean, just would want to relax and stuff being there. I mean, we could just.
And Kennedy and Ice. But they'd want to, it wouldn't be the chill Italy trip that you're thinking of. We'd end up at like the nightclubs.
Well, we could try that too. Yeah. I mean, we could totally try that. I mean, now I'm thinking there's like Audrey and Caroline, my cousins could come too. I mean, it would be like a freaking big party. So, yeah, but Italy would be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, unless we want to relax. I'm not going to lie. Cabo was like really, really cool. I would just bring you all there. So somebody needs to get married there so that we can all go to that resort and pretty much all these people.
A tropical vacation would be a lot of fun.
Yes.
What's one thing you've done in your life just because someone told you couldn't?
I couldn't?
Yeah.
Become a chiropractor and move to the United States.
Period.
Seriously. Because I wanted to, and then I think I said that in a prior episode. Some of my aunts and uncles, or my mom's friends, said, like, I don't know why you're paying for all this, because they were helping me financially when I started school there. Because, she won't finish, and she's just going to come back, and she won't graduate. And when I overheard that, I was like, well, suck it up, buttercup, because I am going to
And now you're even more motivated. Mine will be after I accomplish this Ironman.
I haven't done it yet. Too. Yes.
I haven't done it yet, but after that, then I'll get to say it.
I think anything in life that you want to accomplish, there's always somebody that's going to say, like, she's fucking stupid. That's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. Me, like, moving here to Florida, that's not going to happen. Well, watch me, So, or buying a house, like, hello, I bought a house by myself. So, things like that when you push yourself. I did a freaking figure competition. Like, why are you doing this? You're so dumb. This is so blah, 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 blah. I was, when I was doing it, I was
then
like,
you got
what
first.
the hell? And then I won. I'm like, wow, shit. That was great.
I know these questions are really all over the place, but it's just girl talk, and that's really all over the place anyway. So, if you could instantly master one hobby or skill, what would it be?
One hobby or skill?
Mine would be painting because, like, in the mornings with a cup of coffee, like in the Notebook.
Okay, what's the question? Something I would want to do?
Yeah, if you could instantly master one hobby or skill, what would it be? Like,
I'll do my
yeah, you know how, like,
where is the question?
If you could instantly master one hobby or skill, master.
So
be good at, like how in the Notebook when she's like sitting out on the pad or the porch and she's painting, to be good at painting and just be able to like sit with your easel and a cup of coffee in the morning.
That'd be good. I would love. I mean, I like to paint. I suck at it, but I think I love it. But I learned how to play the piano when I was younger.
Playing the piano would be another one.
If I could just be able to just go back and play the piano.
Yeah, or like those people that can just listen to a song and play it. Like that would be a skill that I would love to master.
It was very soothing for me, especially when I was really mad. I would go play the piano and it would relax me. But quite frankly, I think I hated it because I was pushed to play the piano, that I stop, and when I was done, I was done. I played at a conservatory, so I was just like, I was done. And now I kind of regret that I did not. I don't regret it because it's not going to have like that much time, but I would probably make time for it, I guess. But yeah, that'd be cool.
What's your go-to hype song when you need a confidence boost?
Oh crap, there's so many.
Yeah, I can't think of something whenever I'm put on like the spot.
Yeah, me neither. It's really hard because there's so many that I'm like, oh my gosh, this one keeps me going. Or like, if you ask me for a movie, I don't know about right now, but I know when I was in college and I was just down, I just like, you're studying and like you feel like you can't understand anything and you're just not going to pass the test, blah, 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 blah. I would watch Clueless. And for some odd reason, it made me laugh. And I was like, damn, I'm so intelligent. I can do this shit. So
it was reverse psychology almost.
Yeah, totally. But song-wise, I mean, there's so many. But what's the one that, the blank page one? The blank
By
page?
Taylor Swift?
No, not blank space.
Oh.
It says the blank page, Unwritten.
Oh.
And Natalie, whatever her name is. I guess this is very inspirational. And actually, I saw...
The rest is still unwritten.
Yeah, well, I know that's kind of true. If you want to start something new, that's what it is. But I saw a podcast, and those three men, they were very popular. 3 Black guys that do podcasts, and they're pretty hilarious. I don't know if they're like actually stand-up comedians, but they were talking about like what's really inspirational. And one says that song, and they all agreed, but they're like, okay, now every time you hear it, you have to freaking sing it out loud.
Because that's the song that's in Anyone But You. Feel the rain on
your skin. Yeah.
And
then they all started fucking singing it. Oh my gosh, it was hilarious. Those guys were just cracking me up. But now, I mean, next time I'm going to listen to a song in the car and I'll be like, oh yeah, this pumps me up. I'll be like, oh crap, I
cannot think of something. But
there's so many. There's so many. And I'm hearing them in my head right now, and my head right now. And I just can't come up with it.
I can't. So let us know what your confidence boost song is.
Confidence boost, yeah.
Last one. Till we get to the reflecting on 50. Who's your ultimate female role model and why?
You really do put me on the spot, aren't you?
My mom.
Well, my mom is, of course, like a role model, like duh. But my dad, when I grew up, was
You're supposed to do female.
Female, I know, but my dad was my role model. Because my dad came from nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a self-made man. And he left a very high position in Allstate Insurance. He was supervising the whole, like, Northern Canada for some part of Allstate to start a business that everybody told me was going to fail because it had never started, and he thought it would help actually insurance companies. And he did. And now there's millions of companies like him, but he was the first one in the province of Quebec, and it was hard. And he built it up. And then my brother took over afterwards and, continued up. So I would say for somebody that came from being poor to just, he wanted to give his children what he didn't get when he was younger. And he's just, yeah. But, okay, well, female, shit, there's so many. Now you're putting me on the spot like this. This is so hard. But of course my mom, it is, now I'm going to totally, you just put me on, I hate you right now. Well, my kids, they're extremely resilient. The shit that they've been through, whatever it's with our family, our school, our 2020 and school, sports, God knows, sport, what you guys have been through, and the way that we can all have conversation right now. And we had a really hard conversation last night. It was very personal. It was really things that we all had to reflect on. I don't always agree with my kids. They don't always agree with me. We're not at the same stage in life. We're not in the same position in life. But we can actually talk about it. And seeing my kids going through life right now, I'm not going to cry, but I'm going to cry. Top notch. I want to be like them when I grow up.
Mm-hmm.
I say that to you guys all the time.
Yeah, but you're our role model because you're the independent woman.
Well,
that we all need.
Well, sometimes you have no choice, right? So it's your ride
that's
or die, and you
inspirational.
fucking
Because
go.
the
You
way that you
don't, and
describe my grandpa, like being like coming from nothing. I mean, after the divorce, you also like had to build your own life
build back up.
independently,
We had
and now you have your own house. So it's pretty much the same principle.
well because he I guess he raised us, and then my mom too. You know, they raised me as being able to, not meaning
A man.
a man or a
Because
woman or something, you know, like,
yeah,
depending on who I was going to end up with, but needing a man to be able to live the life that I want. And, you know, got married, and then things changed and whatnot. And, you know, we had a very beautiful life, and, you know, we were very blessed by everything that was in our life and our homes and everything we could provide for you guys. And then things changed, and, you know, had to start from scratch again. And I think that although my dad was not with me physically, or my brother, you know, they were there. They're still watching over me right now. But I think with their strength and remembering them and how they raised me, because my brother was 9 years older than me, so he was extremely. For a while, he was an asshole to me, to make me cry every day as possible, as many times as possible. To then butting heads when we were older, to then both growing up, you know, being adults, being married. I mean, he did get married, but I mean, being a parent and having our own families and stuff, and we became very close again. And so it was looking after, you know, these were the men of my life. So, yeah.
Now reflecting on turning 50. What are you most proud of in your 50 years?
My beautiful girls.
Aww.
That's the easiest answer.
What's something you thought would matter at 25 but totally doesn't anymore?
The way I look. Although I really had, you know, and I said that before, it was very vain of me, but, you know, I wanted to look fucking fabulous at 50, the triple F. I said that, and I worked hard, and obviously stress and whatnot did not help the whole situation, but, you know, it's okay, because I think I made it there. I went to Cabo, and my friends were like, you know, you really wanted to, you about it, like you say, you know, like you're always nice, because I'm your mom, like, oh, you look beautiful, and Amelia says like, you look beautiful, blah blah blah, no matter what. But they said, you know, you're for first. I was with my fabulous friends, and I think we all look fabulous, not just physically, but mentally and inside. You know, they're my best friends, right? But I just, in that, although vain and whatnot, I just what was the original question? Like at 50, I just, now I lost
something
my
you thought would matter at 25 but totally
yeah, so I would say that, like, you know, what you look like, who gives a shit? That I think that, you know, like when you're 25, you think 50 is fucking old, you know, and you're just like, oh my gosh, because I remember my mom at 50, and not that she was not cool, but it was like, she was older.
She, you know? Like, I don't know, it's just a different time period.
Yeah, and then I'm just like I don't identify as a 50, I guess. I mean, because maybe you guys are younger, and I'm, you know, I work out. My mom didn't work out, you know, so I was an athlete. She was just maybe not with that. Where I'm more associating in a little bit of what you guys do. I work with younger people. My friends are all, you know, even they're older than me, they're still very young at heart. So I don't know. Money and what you look like, I thought that would be extremely important. Your status in life, I guess that's what it is in the world.
People stress about that so much.
And it's really not, because I say that all the time. Like right now, my 3 girls are under my roof, and this is the best time, every time. I mean, you know, Isabella will go back to school, and I know eventually you and Bryce will move out, and I am just dreading that day. I mean, not that because I'm going to be alone. Here's baby sister, but
damn, she's gonna hopefully she doesn't watch this.
But when we were talking yesterday, you were saying stuff like that. I mean, it just panic stricken. Like, I did not know that this, because I was not a mom. No, I was not a mom at 25. I don't know. I was getting married. I just was, you know, very superficial, like dumb, I guess.
What has been your favorite decade?
My 30s.
Yeah.
I was totally ready to turn 30 like no other. I mean, I had I was a doctor. I got married. I had my kids. I had partied. I had travel. Yes, you know, let's say your dad and I maybe wanted to travel and experience the world a little bit, but you were ready to like now start a family. Yeah, we were like officially trying. Just the doctor had that wrong a little bit, that it would take about a year for us to get pregnant. It took literally 28 days. So that caught us a little, okay, well, we might not travel. But your dad had the opportunity to travel a lot, for his work. So when you guys were at an age that your grandparent, my mom and dad could come and babysit you, I was able to join him on some trips. So that was fun. But I was okay to turn 30. I was like, okay, like, I thought 20s was like great. It was fun. You're young, party, you do all that shit. And then 30 is like, okay, I'm just gonna.
Now it's like real life,
Yeah, different kind of party. But, it still had a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. We always had people over. We were always at people's house and whatnot.
Oh, yeah, the house parties were so fun. There's themed house parties. Like, it was definitely a good time.
But that's because when I grew up, the parties were always at our house, too. We always had people over. So I just don't know. That was part of my life. That's what we're going to do with you guys, But turning 40, I'm not sure I was really enjoying that because it was getting close to 50. And I don't know. I feel probably better now than I did at 40. But I just had, your sister was like 3 years old. 2, 3. No, she was 3 when I turned 40, I think, or going on 3 or whatever. And I don't know, 40 hit a bit hard. But now I'm like, 50 is like the new 30, right? Totally. Yeah. Except when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh shit, everything hurts. But anyway.
Well, we have 3 more questions left. What's something you hope to do in your 50s that you haven't done yet?
So many things. I want to travel more.
Mm-hmm.
I want to travel more, but I want to travel with my girls.
Yeah.
Even if maybe meet someone, to travel with and stuff, but with you and your sisters and just, I don't know, explore the world, even if you have your boyfriends and stuff, even if sometimes you guys want to be by yourself and stuff, but I don't know, I want to travel more.
Well, we're going to Croatia and Hungary. And
gonna go next year. Jolt, if you're watching, we're stopping by.
Yep. I'll be in Croatia next year, and she's gonna come meet my boyfriend and I. We're gonna go to Hungary, and then maybe we'll go to Italy first and then Hungary.
Well, I would like to see Croatia too a little bit, but
we can just hit all 3.
I'm gonna have to just and
then she'll be there, so she'll pay for everything.
Well, okay, so that's the thing. In my 50, I would like to be able to provide for my kids. I've been providing for my kids, but I want to spoil you then, if that's better said. I want to, instead of giving like big material gifts for birthdays and Christmas, give experiences. This is what. Okay, I'm sorry, but there's a beautiful bird. It looks green. Anyway, it just flew by. More experiences that that we can experience together.
Is there anything you wish people would stop saying about turning 50?
The stupid over the hill shit. What is that?
What does that mean?
It's like you go to like I guess I remember seeing this. Oh, first, you don't look 50. Oh, you don't look like a day older, 50, whatever. But when you go to like Party City or whatever places, it's going to fall. They have like napkins and it says, oh, happy 50th birthday, you're over the hill. What the fuck's the hill? Like you're 50 over the hill, now you go to the other 50 years of your life? What the hell is this?
Yeah, it means that you're going downhill now.
So I'm like, I think I have more. Not saying I didn't have my shit together in my 30s and 40s, but I think I'm getting more of a grasp of my shit right now or the more important things right now. I'm not saying that, I don't know how to explain this. Maybe it's a feeling. I don't know, maybe I'm not the only one. Maybe I am the only one, but of like every single minute of the day means a whole lot more.
Yeah.
Just, I know you guys are getting older and like I said, like they're afraid of you guys, not afraid, but panic stricken that you guys are moving away. Where are they going to be? Can I move closer? But I still have your sister is going to be here. Like she's going to graduate. Oh my gosh, we just figured out in 2032.
So
she's going to grade freaking high school. Holy shit. So I guess that's what it is. Yeah. Like if they could stop saying like you're over the hill. No, I'm getting on top of that fucking hill. I'm going to stay there. So it's going to go.
Yep.
I'm going to own that fucker. I'm sorry.
Last one. What is the secret to staying confident and happy as you get older?
Do what you love and stick to it no matter what people say. If working out makes you happy, going for a bike ride, sleeping in, being with your kids, whatever what people say, screw the world. Unless you're harming yourself and your family or whatever, do what you love. Be true to yourself. And it's harder than saying it. I struggle with this every day, whether it's your job or your family or yourself. But if you do what you love and makes you happy and take time for yourself, which I never used to, but I live for my kids, but I still want to be involved and be there. I think that's the secret of being happy.
That is the last question.
Okay,
so
I have a question
everybody
for you now.
everybody say happy birthday to her. If you don't say happy birthday, you guys are fake fans. I've never been asked a question.
Well, you've been asked questions before, but I'm going to have an episode. It's going to be just me asking questions.
No, I'm
this is like the second or third time you do this to me, and she never prepares me for these questions.
No, I just drop it on her.
I would have loved to know what's my freaking song.
Everybody wants to hear like first thoughts. We don't want like a scripted answer. We want
that's
what is it? I'm scared.
What is it to have a mom, or how was your 20 almost 1 year with your mom, and now she's turning 50? How do you see that your mom's turning 50?
I don't see it as old because, like, I feel like a lot of people start to like this sounds bad, but a lot of people start to kind of like let go of themselves as they get older, and you have always stayed very true to yourself, but also like you've always taken care of yourself, and you still have like the same energy and like excitement to make things like fun for all of us. Like you still have the same energy when we were like 12 years old, being raised with like my 2 childhood best friends, and you still try to do fun things at 50, and now I'm 21, and we still do the same.
This is what I'm trying to do, and
we still do we still do the same things, and we still find it fun. So nothing has really changed. We're just older, and we do the same shit.
Good. Oh, thank you. Love you.
Happy birth.
Happy birth. We don't say birthday, we say birthday.
Yeah. But we end every episode with a would you rather.
Oh, yeah. So, wait, that was a fun one. I thought it was funny. It says, would you rather have Dolly Parton's or Billie Eilish's wardrobe? So, picture Dolly Parton. You don't have boobs. But let's
probably
have big boobs.
Probably Billie Eilish, because she has a very cool style, and it's very comfortable. It's nothing like really tight fitting. I like to wear oversized t-shirts.
However, we had a little catwalk show yesterday of all your clothes that you're bringing to Nashville, and Dolly Parton is Nashville person. She, I think, would be pretty proud of some of your sparkly outfits that you've chosen.
Yeah. No, I mean Dolly Parton on the nights out, and Billie Eilish on the just everyday outfit. So that's
mine is
decision.
The boobs. Yeah, for Dolly Parton's part.
Yeah, I think Billie Eilish does have boobs as well. So.
Oh, I don't know, but she wears like big things. Yeah, so I don't know.
But that is my choice. Anyway, happy birthday, Mom. Say happy birthday.
Thank you.
And I hope you guys enjoy this episode of Girl Talk and Reflecting on 50. And if you guys like this episode, let us know. And if you guys want to see anything specific, let us know as well. Go follow us on Instagram at acoffee.break, TikTok at acoffee_break. Episodes out every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And our video podcasts are on Spotify and YouTube. So hope you guys love this episode. Go check out Gilbert's Coffee and Stewart.
Yep.
Their matcha is amazing. They have specials every season, I think. So go check them out. We will see you guys next week.
Bye. Love you.